Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall with Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, March the 16th. So happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy Fed day. We had a Fed meeting today, and as you can see, the wild swings continue. It's been crazy, 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 and it's a good, it's a good thing. Right here is where the Fed announcement was, and guess what? We got 25 basis point rate hike, and we've been expecting that for quite a while. And the crazy thing, I'm looking at this, and this is not good for the market, but we rallied off that. Powell speaks right here and reassures the market, that everything is going to be great, and we go ripping higher. And this is kind of the same pattern that's been going on at the last handful of Fed meetings. We have the initial reaction, which this time was down. Most of the time it's been up actually, and then we retrace kind of back to where we were, and then Powell speaks and we go up or down based on what he says. I was in one of the trading rooms, and I did not actually hear what he said, but obviously it was good. I had some trades on. We did in the main room and in the bias room, I did a 43.50 butterfly up here, which completely nailed it. It was an awesome trade. Tiny little risk on the trade. We risked, let me look here. I think we risked like $210, and the trade made 2,000. So that in this kind of market, that's what you want to do. You want to have about a 10-to-1 kind of risk reward ratio on these trades, because it could have gone the other way very, very easily. And initially we actually put the trade on, and I'm looking at the S&P or the ES. We actually put the trade on about right here, I guess. And I was thinking, if we break, this is a voodoo skyline, so if we break this, the trade's probably not going to work, but we certainly don't want to close it. And sure enough, we came down here, hit this voodoo line, and bounce and never looked back. It came all the way back up here, or 43.50 right there. A heroic effort, a monumental move, about 100 points, straight up in an hour, and trade worked great. But that's why you want to have this very low risk for very, very big payout type trades. Just in this type market that we're in I think is more important. In a quote unquote normal market where we're in a momentum, like bullish market where you're just buying the pullbacks and that kind of thing. I'm willing to risk more to make less, and that sounds kind of weird, but if the probability is a lot higher on a trade, your risk reward can be not as good. This is a wild risk reward, 10-to-1. We had one the other day that was 100-to-1, and it worked. Crazy kind of things are happening with this market, but you got to be very nimble, and you got to know how to structure your trades and so forth. And it's not normal, this kind of stuff is not normal. As you can see here, and again, I'm on the ES. These swings, as you know, if you're doing any kind of trading at all, you see this stuff. We're straight down, we're straight up, we're straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. Just wild swings, and most of these, for the most part, are intraday swings. So, we go down 70 points, and then we come back up 100 points or something like that, and here's where you started the day and here's where you end the day. And if you look at this, you go, oh, we didn't get much, not much happened today. Yeah, you missed all this stuff. That's wild swings. Look at that little red line, that candle down there. So there's a lot more going on here on the surface if you're not, if you're just checking the quote at the end of the day or something. But this is really good from a trading standpoint, especially if you're trading futures or are doing the type trades that that I'm talking about here. That trade today was an unbalanced butterfly, by the way, on the SPX. So anyway, I'm looking at the SPX as a proxy for the overall market. But let me, and all that's great, and this is great. We're making money, we're trading, and this is good. I'm up very nicely for the year already, and all that. And I'm posting these trades in the main room that we have, and I'm also posting them in the bias room that I run. But that's all the good news. The bad news is, I want to get excited and all that kind of stuff, but I think this will come back down. The trend is absolutely lower. I don't see a shift in the trend at this point. I don't, maybe Putin comes out and says this is we're ending this war, this conflict, whatever, in Ukraine, and everybody's happy. Yes, then that's a whole different thing. But I don't see that happening either. The Fed, they raised inflation, or excuse me, raised interest rates. Inflation, they're combating high inflation that they essentially caused, but that's a whole nother story. Um, but again, unfortunately, I think the trend is still lower. Now we may rally a little bit more. I'm actually targeting this snow line right here at 4,400. Um, I think I've actually got a trade there for Friday, and it's doing awesome. Um, but I think it comes back down. Unfortunately, I'm bullish, but I'm bullish and bearish at the same time. I'm definitely not bullish. I'm bullish for the next day or two. I'm not bullish for the next month or two, because I think this trend just continues, and at some point it'll turn. But I think it turns from a lower spot. So unfortunately, again, wish I had better news, but that's the way I'm reading it right now. Nasdaq same way. Again, lower, lower, lower. This can change, but in order for the entire trend to change, you're going to need a catalyst, and that catalyst is going to be no more COVID, no more war in the Ukraine. Fed is, cutting interest rates. I mean, it's going to have to be something pretty major, I think, to change the trajectory that we're on right now. Unfortunately, again. But again, fortunately for us on the trading side, if you're trading this, long-term investing is kind of painful right now. If you're just buy and hold investing, if you're trading this, this is not bad. We can make some good money here. So be nimble on it. Watch your absolutely always watch your risk exposure that you have on trades and things like that. If you want to see how to do this stuff in real time, join us in the gold room, in the main room of Simpler Trading, or come in the bias room that I run. We do this stuff every day. So I don't have any other specific trades for you because I'm just so light on trades right now. I'm being very nimble and very surgical in my trades that I take, and put the risk on, make the money, take it off, and sit on my hands and sit on cash and wait for the next opportunity. So that's the way that I've been playing it, and it's been working pretty well. And we'll get back into a trending market at some point, but again, I don't think it's going to be in the next couple of weeks at least. We have to take this market day by day and week by week because there's so many unknowns and uncertainties and all that kind of stuff. So with that, let me wind it up. I hope this helps and gives you a little insight on at least what I'm thinking and the way that I think this probably plays out. So again, come join us in the trading rooms if you want to learn more, see how to do this stuff in real time and all that. And with that, let me wind it up. So have a great rest of the day, and I will see you at the next update. Thanks.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me